What is up, everybody? This is Tripod Faye, aka Out My Jungle, and today I'm bringing you a different kind of video. This video is going to be short and sweet about a common issue that I see discussed a million different ways: how to get out of bronze in League of Legends. Yes, I know there's millions of videos that promise to get you out of bronze, and some challenger tier player comes off their LCS perch and wants to tell you all about how they climbed out of bronze with no problems. Yes, I also know I'm only low gold, which isn't anything to be that proud of, but I have climbed out of bronze and through silver in multiple seasons in a row, meaning I know the struggles and frustrations that come with elo hell. So let's dive right into it. I'm not expecting this video to be that long because in all reality this is not that difficult of a task. Most of the reasons I was stuck in that elo were quick and easy fixes that just required a bit of practice. First things first, you're going to have to admit that you're right where you belong. I remember time and time again I looked at my scores and said, oh, my team's holding me back, or even better, this ranked system sucks. But a positive kill-death ratio doesn't win games, objectives do. As soon as I told myself that I was not good enough for silver and convinced myself that I had more to improve on, I noticed a subtle change. I started to learn from my mistakes like never before. One of the most vivid memories I have of bronze is the first game I played after realizing I needed to improve my own playstyle. I walked into a bush in my own jungle with the enemy mid laner missing, and sure enough, a Shaco Syndra combination killed me before I could even react. That moment stuck with me, and even today, every time I walk near a bush without a ward to plant, I cringe slightly. I check the map for missing enemies, and it's the little stuff like this that truly showed me how much I just didn't know about League. Which brings us to step 2. Stop dying. If you're like me at all, I struggled with deaths. I underestimated the amount of lead you could give somebody just by dying to them repeatedly. I assumed if I got the kill and then died, it was worth it 100% of the time. After learning more about the gold leads and more importantly the effect dying had on your own team's morale, I made it a game for myself. I told myself prior to each game, let's die the least amount possible. In fact, let's not die this game. And so I did. My team wanted to chase a low health support into the team of 5 people while we were behind. I noped right the fuck out of there. I see the enemy jungler at his blue, but his mage mid is missing. I resisted the temptation to steal his blue. I only went in when I had a guaranteed kill or I could save a teammate with a guaranteed escape. Otherwise, I was working on the most important step. Step number 3. Objectives, objectives, objectives. Oh, how many times I end with a massive kill-death ratio, only to ultimately lose the game. The moment I stopped chasing kills and started pushing towers, I climbed from the depths of Bronze 4 to Bronze 1 with ease. While 9 players fought bot lane in a team deathmatch fashion, I took inhibitors and towers until they forced me to retreat. If I knew the enemy was getting dragon and we couldn't safely contest it, I'd push mid. I'd force them to trade dragon for a mid turret, maybe 2. Don't worry about your kill death ratio. Don't worry about your feeding bot lane or your feeding top lane or your team's decisions. As long as you're focusing objectives, you're going to win the game at this elo. As far as your own team goes, it's best just not to talk to them. I suffer from a condition that affects a lot of players. If you are like me and the millions of players suffering from the affliction of rage, hear me out. At the first sign of any toxicity, please mute your team. And I know the mindset is that if we mute them, they win. You just gotta swallow your pride and laugh at them when you're climbing that silver ladder and they're still flaming a bronze 5 ADC that you'll never see again. Also, when you enter the game, mute the enemy team. There is no time in the entirety of your league career that you will ever need to hear anything from the enemy team. All it is shit talk and GG, well played when you win. And that brings us to the last major step. Watch better players. Montages and top 5 plays are great to watch for entertainment, but if you're trying to learn and improve, pick a few of the Twitch streamers. Find a personality you don't mind watching and just observe each tiny movement they do. I personally main jungle and have for a few seasons now, so I found myself watching a ton of Nightblue 3 and Trick 2G. Not only were they extremely entertaining, but they taught me an absurd amount of tricks just from watching them. I observed the build pass, the jungle route, the way they dealt with teams that weren't doing so well. Everything they did I took note of. I highly recommend these 2 streamers if you're a jungle main. Just following those few steps, I was able to climb through bronze, through silver, and into low gold without any issues at all. There were a few other things I started taking into note, but it wasn't anything that really was holding me back prior. A few of those smaller things being champion select. Champion select does not matter in this elo. Practice a champ that you enjoy until you're fully confident, then take them into ranked, and if you know your champion inside and out, then there are very few true counters at this elo. If you lose a game and feel that tilt coming on, play an ARAM or take a break. Playing another ranked while you're already tilted will dig your hole deeper, and we're trying to climb out. Look up guides for the best runes, masteries, and build path. Write them down so that when you finish that first or second item, you know what to build next. If you follow these basic strategies, you'll notice an immense difference, and very likely you'll be climbing elo with no problems at all. One final recap before I end the video. If you're bronze, embrace the fact that you're bronze. Embrace the fact that you need to improve. Stop dying and use your life to push objectives. Don't talk to your team, and if you're raging or getting tilted, take a break or play an ARAM. In bronze and silver elos, experience matters more than champion select. Play who you enjoy, not who's OP or broken. Build paths are incredibly important. Make sure you take into account the enemy team's composition, and then build accordingly. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one.